Top 10 Best Perfumes by the perfumer Maurice Roucel. So these are some of my favorites that this perfumer has worked on. And of course, Maurice Roucel is one of the most celebrated perfumers in the industry. He's so incredibly talented and he's truly composed some of my favorite perfumes of all time. I'm going to be sharing this list with you in just a moment, so make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I begin today's episode and I tell you about these top 10 favorite perfumes by the perfumer Maurice Roucel, all of these are amazing in my humble opinion. Even though I don't necessarily wear some of these, I have so much respect for them, and I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what I think about them as I reveal them in the video. But before I start the video, I do wanna mention that if you're a fan of fragrance-related content, and if you love smelling your best, hit subscribe, hit the bell, and also give this video a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. It would really mean a lot to me. So to start things off, I do want to mention that if you are a fan of any of these fragrances, I would love to hear from you. I always love the interaction. So please drop your comment down below and I will try to reply to as many comments as I can. Of course, starting things off with one that is marketed for the ladies. So in full disclosure, I have worn this before, but I don't really wear this one. It's a beautiful green apple type of a perfume, and it's by DKNY, and it's called Be Delicious. This one is very light, crisp, kind of airy. It's not a sweet perfume in any way. I know a lot of apple-based perfumes can be a little bit on the saccharine side of things. That is not happening with this one. This is just a very light, airy type of a composition. I am a fan of this green apple perfume. It's a little tart as well. Of course, we also have this one. It's a classic. It's a staple for a lot of gentlemen, and it's been around for such a long time. Rochas. Now, this one is a very sugary, sweet type of a perfume. So this one is unsweetened. This one has a lot of sweetness in it. This particular fragrance kind of smells like maple syrup to me. I think that's probably the layman's way of describing it, and I personally love the way that it smells. It has this syrupy, olfactory texture about it. It's very viscous, and I think it has an ingredient in here known as Immortelle, which is this floral ingredient that kind of gives off like this maple syrup vibe, and it's done so incredibly well in this fragrance. It's also found in another fragrance by Christian Dior that's called Eau Noire, a composition by Francis Kurkdjian, even though that one has like a lot of coffee and whatever. This also goes in that direction, sans the lavender, at least from what I'm remembering. This one is a beautiful fragrance. And really, I just truly love Rochas, especially in the fall and winter. I think it creates that really cozy environment. So here is the first niche offering on this list by Inicio Parfum Privé. This is called Addictive Vibration. So this one has apple blossom, orange blossom, honey, vanilla, and musk. You know, I always mention that the queen of gourmands is Cécile Zarokian, also Sidonie Lancasser. Both of those perfumers do such an incredible job when it comes to sweet perfumes. Well, on the gentleman's side of things, it's Maurice Roucel. If you want a sweet perfume and it's done so beautifully, Maurice Roucel really does an incredible job. And the honey, the vanilla, and again, Addictive Vibration, what a cool name, right? So this is a perfume that kind of raises your vibration, it raises your frequency, and it puts you in a positive frame of mind. And I truly believe that one of the main reasons that people wear perfume, and this is certainly the case with me, is because perfumes do raise my vibration. They put me in a more confident and comfortable state of mind, and especially when we experience the wear and tear of life. And of course, life is never without its challenges, and this is why I think it's so important to prioritize mental health, which is why I teamed up with a paid sponsor of today's video, which is BetterHelp. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist who is trained to listen and give you helpful, unbiased advice. Well, first, you go to their website. You can use my link, betterhelp.com/redolescence. You answer a few questions and BetterHelp will match you to a professional who has years of experience helping others with struggles just like yours. You can do this all from the comfort of your phone or computer via phone call, video chat, or messaging, however you feel most comfortable. It's the easiest possible way to start talking to a therapist. You'll be matched to a therapist usually within 48 hours, so you can get started pretty fast. So let BetterHelp connect you to a therapist who can support you, all from the comfort of your own home. Of course, visit betterhelp.com/redolescence, or you can choose Redolescence during sign up and you can enjoy a special discount on your first month. So of course, please prioritize your mental health. It is paramount. Thank you so much for watching. Love you guys. Let's continue with the video. Now, the next perfume on this list is something also on the lighthearted side of things. It's a beautiful jasmine and orange blossom fragrance. Jasmine 17 by Le Labo. And I've had my bottle for so many years. The color has really changed in the liquid and it's so strong. But a beautiful, uplifting, natural smelling jasmine perfume. It's amazing. Now, we also have El de Lempica Fleur de Corail. This is such a beautiful perfume, and I don't think it's made anymore. And Maurice Roucel did such an amazing job. And this is from the brand Lempica, and it has all of these beautiful charms on it. My atomizer actually broke, so I can't wear this one anymore unless I decant it into a Travalo atomizer or something like that. But this one is such a beautiful, silky, smooth, vanilla, but floral type of a fragrance. And of course, if you own any fragrance by Lempica, you know that they have a propensity of being on the sweeter side of things. Another one by Le Labo. So this one I actually prefer over Jasmine 17, although Jasmine 17 is the easier one to wear. Labdanum 18 is dark, it's warm, it's resinous. Of course, labdanum is a resinous ingredient, and of course, I got this bottle on April 11th of 2015. My goodness, I purchased this 9 years ago. This is such a beautiful ambery perfume. I can't get enough of that. And as you can see, a lot of these are sweet leaning, as I commented earlier. And that's also the case for the next one, Musc Ravageur by Frederic Malle. Now, I actually have 2 bottles of this. I had a hard time locating my other bottle, which still has a nice 20 mils of juice in it. This one is empty, but it's super sweet and it's so delicious. And you know, the interesting thing about this one, if you've ever followed the narrative that a lot of other people are passing around online, it's a beautiful gourmand vanilla perfume. These 3 smell very similar to one another. The thing with this one is that it has this added clove ingredient in the opening. So it has this bright sort of, eugenol vibe. And it's kind of airy, it's bright, it's a little on the pseudo minty side of things. But let me tell you, it's beautiful. It's such a beautiful perfume. But it takes a certain personality to really wear it and pull it off comfortably. In the number 3 spot, beautiful rose, one of the best rose perfumes you'll ever experience, Amorum Rose by Chalony. Yes, oh my goodness. It is also one of the most expensive perfumes on this entire list, but if you have the money to spend, it is so worth it. Really enchanting, incredibly diffusive. I really love the way that it smells. In the number 2 spot, we have New Harlem. Let me tell you something. New Harlem is the niche version of Rochas Man. And New Harlem has a very similar olfactive profile. So I'm not gonna go on and on about, how it smells, especially since I think there's a spillover from one to the other. But it's super rich. It has that coffee ingredient. It has a touch of vanilla. It is super long lasting. It's one of those fragrances where I just wanna have a backup. I've been wearing it very sparingly. As you can see, I wore half of it, quite literally. In the number 1 spot, and this is, by the way, honorable mention to Nautica Voyage, okay? Because I know if I don't talk about it on this list, people are gonna be like, where's Nautica Voyage? I think it's a solid cheapie, I get it, I think it's wonderful, but I wouldn't wear it before this one or this one or this one, and maybe I could have replaced Be Delicious for Nautica Voyage, but nevertheless, I think Nautica Voyage is wonderful. In the number 1 spot, this is a very personal list, okay? So I'm not saying these are the best and this is better than that and this is worse than that. Scent is subjective, right? So it's all depending on what you like. What do you like to wear? What makes you feel comfortable and confident? And this perfume, I love wearing this. It is super high quality as far as my nose can perceive. It is very strong, incredibly diffusive. A little bit goes a long way. I've gotten so many compliments with this one. And it's just a very easygoing, versatile, workhorse, Swiss Army knife type of a scent. And I know it's polarizing. Some people will hate on it just to hate on it. Some people love it because of the way that it makes them feel. And I am of that camp as well. And this is a beautiful Angelica and Ambroxan fragrance. And of course, it's one of the more recent offerings from this brand, although it's been around for a couple of years now. I'd say by Frederic Malle, it's called Uncut Gem. So I love this. Huge compliment getter. If you haven't tried it, I know a lot of people say it's the niche version of Dior Sauvage. That doesn't do this fragrance justice. You haven't smelled it enough, or you haven't worn it enough if you feel inclined to make that comparison. Yes, there's a lot of ambroxan, but it really does go in its own direction. Thank you so much for watching. I'd like to know, would you like me to do this with any other perfumer? Do you want me to focus on Francis Kirkjohn? Do you want me to focus on, and I know I've done this with a few others, but if you have any requests, drop them down below. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope you took something of value from today's episode, and if you did, please do consider supporting the channel by clicking subscribe, hitting the bell, and giving this video a thumbs up. It would really mean a lot to me. So thanks again for watching. I love you all, and we'll see you tomorrow with a new episode. Bye.